Hey guys, Brian, Mr. SF Studios. Boy, these are terrible. Any of you with old houses from the 60s and 70s may have encountered one of these stab lock breakers on a Zinsco panel. Zinsco is a brand of electrical panel that was frequently used in North America between 1930 into the mid-1970s. Zinsco was a popular brand of electrical panel and was installed in numerous buildings throughout the United States. However, in 1980, production came to a sudden halt after a serious design flaw was discovered. Horrible design. It was obsolete as soon as they had made it. The problem with them being that the breakers push on to aluminum bus bars. So with a high amp load, they'll actually start to arc weld themselves to the bus bar. And once the bus bar is corrupted, the connection is not great. And if you have to go to replace these, then you've got like a corroded hole in the bus bar and you have to move the breaker to a new spot. And eventually you'll use up the whole bus bar and then your panel's shot. But generally they're bad anyway. They sometimes don't trip. So of course, if a breaker doesn't trip, that's some hot wires that starts a fire. Electrical panel brands Federal, Pacific Electrical, and Zinsco fail at an alarming rate. Because of this, they are no longer considered safe for modern buildings that use more electricity with modern machinery. Faults in construction and materials used have created conditions where these panels can allow overcurrent, leading to the panel overheating. And when something like this occurs, the heat may cause interior parts to melt. So this week we're going to get ours taken out and replaced with modern ones. One of the most alarming issues with a malfunctioning panel is that you may never notice that there's actually a problem. Even if you remove the electrical panel cover, it may look perfectly fine at first. Since there appears to be no issue on visual inspection, the problem is often left to worsen until disaster occurs. And by the time these panels are assessed by a professional, the breakers are often melted to the bus bars. And if this occurs, the breaker is unable to trip and may allow for an unsafe amount of electricity to enter the building. This can lead to electrical fires as well as electrical shock. So this is the Zinsco outdoor main bus, and it has had issues. You can see the gaps where they've melted to the bus bar. You can actually see the corroded bus bar in there where it had welded to the breaker. So the only thing we can do is move it down further. Unfortunately, we're down to only one left. So yeah, it's got to go. There's the name, Zinsco. So for this, they'll have to cut into the stucco and create a bigger hole for the new panel.